And we're live. Live for the Stay Blessed podcast. I think this is the fourth episode of the Stay Blessed podcast with your host, with me, with Dare to Do Motivation. No, I am mistaken. This is the sixth podcast. So, of course, on this channel, you can check out all the other podcasts. And the last podcast I published was 9 months ago. So, wow. I haven't really been concentrating on this segment of my YouTube career, I guess. But anyway, I've got 1.5 thousand subscribers at the moment. And so I want to say big thank you to all of you who have chosen to subscribe to my Stay Blessed podcast channel. Now the year 2021 is coming to an end. Today it's December the 29th, 2021. And yeah, it's been a weird year, I think, for everyone, I guess. Plus, I won't be cutting out any noises or any bad friction you hear in the audio, because it goes without saying, if you record something that's a bit longer, this is going to happen. But this is a normal environment in my office where I record my videos. So I think I will bring in some visuals in the future. Maybe just a cam that is recording me, or if I figure out how to record my desktop, then I can pull up websites and stuff like that. Yeah. Basically, 2021 is coming to an end, and it's been a crazy year, I must say. I'm looking forward to 2022. I just like the number 2022. I think it's going to be a good year. But I'm as always optimistic, so I don't know how you guys think this year will be. But let me know in the comments, what are your goals for 2022? What are your ambitions? I mean, you want to finish uni? Do you want to find a new job? Do you want to be happier in life? What is your goal? And for the subject of being happy, I did a quotes video 2 days ago. And one of the quotes was, let me pull it up right here. You won't see it, unfortunately, not yet. Yeah, I pulled it up from a phone. I found a book on Gutenbergorg, and I can highly recommend this website. So it's www.gutenberg.org, and you can find all sorts of books from 16th century up to recent times, and all these books are basically copyright free. So you can download them for free, read them for free, or you can even make videos about them, read them in videos or in Spotify, because they don't have any copyright. So no one really owns the rights to this book, to those books. What you cannot do is, I think you cannot publish the book. Let's say if you're a publisher, you cannot publish the book, I think. I'm not sure. But let me find it real quick. And I've done a lot of videos from my Dare to Do Motivation channel from books of this website, the project Gutenberg. For instance, I've been reading some chapters of The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, or just regular quotes and short stories. You can find all sorts of stuff. So let me check. I even did the first chapter of The Extraordinary Adventures of Arsène Lupin, the gentleman thief. So I don't know if you can hear it, but I've got some background music in in the background. So, yeah, I think now I found it. Popular, no, that's not it. But anyway, being happy. I mean, basically the quote said, a person who wishes to be more happy than he is or she is at the moment, basically is blessed in that way that that is her only or his only problem. I mean, I don't think that the quote wants to criticize people. He does want to criticize people who aren't unhappy, but not like saying, this is only a first world problem that you're not happy. I don't think it's meant that way. I think it's meant that way that if you want to be happy and you are not, then you just have to be happy. I mean, if you're forever bound by outer circumstances which either create or deflate your happiness, you will never truly be happy. So if you want to be happy and you're waiting for something to happen so that you become happy, that is not how happiness works. Happiness comes from within. It's a mindset. You're happy today. And you can really do that in front of the mirror. And there's this old trick, put a pencil in your mouth so that you kind of create a smile or a grin. And just stay that way, and your demeanor will change, your emotions will change, and you will gradually become happy. Or even in the morning, if you just look into the mirror and say to yourself, I want to be happy today. Today I'm going to be happy. I mean, these things help. I find that they help. And like Jocko Willink would say, you take responsibility for yourself. You take responsibility for your actions, of course. But in this way, you also take responsibility for the way how you feel. You know, it's easy to tell your wife or your husband or your mother or your father, it's your fault that I'm angry. Or tell your friend, it's your fault that I'm in no good mood because of you. But that is the same if you break something and then you pretend that someone else broke it and you give away that responsibility to someone else. You just push it, shove it off. But deep inside of yourself, you know that it's not true. You know that actually it's you. It was you. So there was a point, let's say you're happy, and then you're not. At some point, your happiness disappeared and you became unhappy. So what happened? Something must have happened that made you unhappy. So you let it's easy to say, I know, but you let your happiness disappear by some outer event. Maybe it was a tragedy, a catastrophe, or maybe it was something blatant. Like you put your t-shirt in the washing machine and it became too small. Now you're unhappy, for instance. But whatever happens, you become unhappy. But nothing really can change your brain, your feelings from the outside. You just talk yourself into that now you're unhappy. And in the same way, you can talk yourself into being happy. So if one of your goals is for 2022 to be happy, then my advice would be start being happy. And it's that simple. Start being happy. Because whatever, or at least try to be optimistic, cheerful. Because whatever happens in life, it's not the end of the world and your life will continue, of course, until the day you die, obviously. But you will always have your life will always go on. For instance, I know so many people, boyfriend left them or girlfriend left them, and they're sad, and they get stuck in life for a couple of years in some cases. And they think their life is over, although they're young, they're 23, 24 years old. And some of them really get stuck in depression and are sad. Because of that one event, they're sad for the next couple of years. Again, not everybody, but some people are like that. But they wake up after a couple of years, and they see that they're happy again. Maybe because they met a new person or they forgot that person. But in the end, you just lost time. And you could have also been happy again. You could have taken yourself out of that illusion earlier. It's just a waste of time in the end. But we all learn from experiences like that. So 2022, if you want to be happy, just be happy, man. Or woman. And you can start with yourself. When you get up in the morning, you're grumpy, or it's okay, it's normal to feel grumpy in the mornings. But a general happiness. I mean, first of all, I don't know anyone who's happy all the time. Of course, people piss you off. People make you angry. They cut you off in traffic. They're rude. Of course, it annoys you. But don't let your general mood, your 24-hour mood be a mood of despair or being sad, or, you know what I mean? Your general attitude should be good, positive, optimistic. Yeah, let me just find some quotes about happiness here on the internet. So, what's this? Feel good happiness quotes. Okay, what we've got here. Happiness is a direction, not a place. That's a good one. Happiness is a direction. It's not a place. So that means that you cannot find happiness because it's not a place. So that's the point. If you keep looking for happiness, it's not that it's under a rock, or it's in getting that job, or it's not that you'll get $1 million and suddenly you'll be happy, or you will marry that person and you'll be happy, or you'll have that job and you'll be happy, or you'll finish your degree and you'll be happy. No, it's not a place, it's a direction. It's the way you go. I think the way you walk on your path to whatever it is you want to achieve, when you look back, once you've achieved it, that way was happiness. So I think we can try to see our whole life as a way of achieving something. And all the things that happen on that way, all the people we meet along that way, that is happiness, that is life. But that also means living a proactive life, not waiting for things to happen to you, because then you place yourself as a victim. It's about going out, falling down, getting up again, falling down, getting up again, falling down, getting up again. Until we die, we will always fall down and get up again. And life is a roller coaster, I think. But the important thing is not to get stuck. Just keep going. If it's good or bad, keep going. And so that is life, that is happiness, that is a direction. Here's one from Victor Hugo. The greatest happiness of life is the conviction that we are loved for ourselves, or rather, loved in spite of ourselves. So knowing that we are loved for ourselves, or despite of ourselves. Yeah, I don't know if that's the greatest happiness of life. But if you think about it, none of us is perfect. Me being the least. And if someone loves you if you think about it that way, if someone loves you despite you being an idiot or arrogant or whatever, and if you really let that sink into you, then that is happiness if you think about it. That is what makes you happy. Happiness depends on ourselves, Aristotle. Totally. That's what I said before. Happiness depends upon ourselves. It's not any other person's job to make us happy. It's our job to make ourselves happy. And I think that is one of the secrets for a healthy and fulfilling relationship. That you go into that relationship being happy yourself, and then you share your happiness with other people. I mean, you can't go into a relationship being sad and then you're with that person and that person makes you happy. So you're giving away your responsibility, emotional responsibility again to that person, and that over time can become a burden to that other person, because it is not the job of the other person to make you happy. You should be happy yourself and then share this happiness with the person you love, and vice versa. Vice versa, the other person too should do the same. So if two happy people go into a relationship and they share their happiness with each other, that's just a bundle of positive energy in that relationship. But if two unhappy people go into a relationship and they think only together they can be happy, they will create a bubble around themselves. And in the end, it won't be a fulfilling relationship, and it won't be a fulfilling life. Just relying on one another to be happy. Life's an adventure, so the point is life's an adventure, and go live that adventure. I mean, people live in monotonous lives. Get up, go to job, eat, sleep, repeat. But with your mindset can get you out of that hamster wheel. It's your mind. If you change your mind, you can break that monotony. So yeah, happiness. Happiness is not an ideal of reason, but of imagination. Immanuel Kant. I like that quote. Happiness is not an ideal of reason, but of imagination. Excuse me. So let's say you're unhappy. You got up this morning, you were unhappy because you're unhappy with the direction your life is going, or you can't see your life becoming any better in the near future. So you feel a bit dull. You're not really optimistic. But because happiness is not an ideal of reason, if it were, you were right to be unhappy. But happiness is an ideal of imagination. So you have to imagine your dream life into reality. So if you are unhappy, you imagine how your life would be if you were happy. And I think if you create that feeling of happiness in your imagination, I'm 100% sure, if you create that feeling of happiness inside of you, then your life will become that. Because if your imagination is strong and vivid, your subconscious cannot differentiate between what really is and what you imagine. That's why you, when you dream and you run in your dream, you sweat, you shake, you shiver. Because your subconscious doesn't know if this is happening right now or not. That's why you feel emotions when you dream, happiness or fear. And if you imagine something, and you get into that mindset of imagining that thing or that feeling every day, then it will become a habit. And this habit will become eventually a part of you. And you will become this person that is that way. And all just because you imagined. So a small spark, a small idea in your head can change yourself and can change the world. And that is your inner power. And if you think about that, you have all this power inside of you, then it is obscure to think of yourself just a person who gets up, goes to work, eats, sleeps, gets up, goes to work, eats, sleeps. Then you diminish your value, you devalue yourself. It's like you are a diamond, but you look into the mirror and you see a useless small black rock. But you are a diamond. You're just wasting your potential because you're not using your imagination, because you are letting the outer world tell you if you're happy or not, tell you if you're a winner or a loser. You're letting the outer world tell you what you can be and what you can't be. And that essentially makes you a sheep, makes you a victim, because you are dependent on the outer world telling you what you are and what not, and you get used to that feedback. But it should be the other way around, because that magnificent machine that God created, that you are, you have the power to change particles, to make believe, to create your dream world and to alter your world. So live from the inside to the outside and not the other way around. And you can change your life and you can change your surroundings. And that is how humans over time have created societies, have changed the worlds or the world. And all of this lies in imagination. It's all coded in your DNA. It's all inside of you. You just have to believe and not degrade into nothingness. And not just get fed your ideas and emotions from the TV, from Netflix, from Instagram, from TikTok. You have to keep your mind active, your imagination active. Have ideas, try things, fall down, get up, fall down, get up. And so happiness basically is an emotion, energy in motion. And an energy in motion stems from your energy, your thought energy. So out of your energy in your brain, you create an energy in motion. It's like a fuel gets the car running. Your brain energy creates an energy in motion, and this energy in motion is then able to go out in this world and change its surroundings and create a world which mirrors this energy in motion, which is your thought energy. And this, my friends, is the secret to happiness. But, as I always say, it's 1,000 times easier to preach than to live it yourself. So don't take it from me, But go out and find it out. Try it for 30 days. Okay, let's say it's a new year, 2022. You start a New Year's resolution being happy. So for the first 30 days of January, or January has 31 days. I think 30 days. No, 31. Okay, so for the whole of January, you get up every day and you imagine your happiness. You imagine yourself being happy, and you take that feeling, that energy with you the whole day. And if you catch yourself being unhappy, then go back to that imagination where you imagine yourself being happy, and you capture that feeling again. Okay? And when you let it go, you try and catch it again. And it's not easy, but it's about creating a habit. So if you try this for 30 days, and you imagine yourself happy every day for 30 days, I promise you this will be the best year of your life. Because it will become second nature to you. It will become normal to you to capture that feeling of happiness once you're sad or lonely or whatever. And this energy of happiness, this feeling of happiness, will change you. It will change your life. And you will attract similar energies. You will attract happiness. And so your life will become your thought energy. So if you want energy, if you want happiness for the coming year, just do this trick, this little magic trick. And yeah. So how long has this podcast been? It's been about 25 minutes. Yeah, I think that's enough for today. So yeah, I think I'll get back to making regular podcasts. And I'll try to put in some visuals in the future. I'm not sure yet how I will do it. But you, wherever you are, I wish you a successful year. I wish you a healthy year. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart. And don't believe everything you read in the news. Don't believe everything they tell you. Think for yourself. Question things. Question the official media, the official stories, and what connections they do have with each other. It's very important, because I can see journalism, the media, deteriorating, and I can see it. I'm 36 years old now, and it has deteriorated a lot in the last 20 years. It's just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. And you don't have, in the mainstream, you don't have this investigative journalism anymore. Not as much as you used to have. So question the things that you read, the headlines that you read, and how they are in connection with each other. What is actually going on in this world. Because the world actually has become smaller since we are all connected with the internet. And I mean, more and more people around the world are using the same algorithms. They're using the same algorithms in Facebook, in Instagram, in TikTok, in Snapchat. And so it is easier than any other time in the history of humankind to feed all the people the same news, or to put it better, to make them think you want them to think. All of the world. It can be different in different countries, of course. You can make, let's say, that population, that area of the world, you want them to think like that, and another population, another area of the world, you want them to think like that because it suits your super megalomaniac evil plans or whatever. Not saying that's the way it is, but think for yourself. And another thing is, in regard to happiness, if happiness is just a thought energy, then of course, if you get fed information and visuals by these social media algorithms, they get into your head. And so they alter your thought energy. And that basically is mind control. So think for yourself, stay positive, stay healthy. Don't forget your thought energy. Don't forget to be happy. And if you catch yourself being unhappy, then catch yourself or catch that feeling of happiness again. Yeah. So this was Dare to Do Motivation with the Stay Blessed podcast, number 6. And yeah, by the way, I will try to have a video guest on. So if as soon as I find out the visuals, or maybe we'll do it without the visuals, because like I can put it on Spotify or on YouTube. You don't have to see something, but it's nice to have a conversation. So I'll try and have somebody on and have a nice hour-long conversation. And yeah, but I wish you all the best. Happy New Year. Thanks for watching, and stay blessed.